Fans of Coronation Street are convinced that Becky Swain's final days on screen are drawing near. The controversial former police officer reappeared in Weatherfield earlier this year, after being presumed dead in the line of duty 4 years prior. In reality, she had been living in hiding in Spain, concealing her involvement in a police corruption cover-up. Meanwhile, Lisa and Carla have just brought back Number 6 with their daughter Betsy, and their love story has captivated audiences, earning them the nickname Swirler on social media. Although Becky has been determined to reunite with her family since her return, and Carla has ended her relationship with Lisa, they are all forced to live under one roof. Becky has also moved in, constantly claiming she is being hunted by a gang. It's noteworthy that Di Costello, Lisa's superior, is the mastermind behind the cover-up that led to Becky's disappearance. H is currently in intensive care after being attacked, and Becky has failed in her attempt to kill him. In the latest episode, Carla completely loses patience with Becky's attempts to drag Lisa into their Christmas plans. While Carla is working, Kit Green stops by Number 6 to inform her that Lisa is planning to retire. Becky is startled and anxiously asks him where he heard this. Kit says he heard it from Costello's wife and daughter at the hospital. Becky tries to insist it's private, but Kit calmly replies that he will continue his investigation. Later, Kit goes to Carla's workshop, where Shush is sitting drinking to forget her troubles. He says something that sends shivers down Carla's spine. She never wanted to be a detective, she just wanted to be herself. But what was happening to Costello and the secrets Becky carried from Spain had opened up a chasm of suspicion. Carla was the kind of person who, once she suspected something, would tear down any lie to find the truth. Kit's call was the impetus she didn't know she needed. With his pragmatic nature, Kit held small but sharp pieces of information. He arrived at Number 6 like a messenger delivering bad news no one wanted to hear. Under the bright Christmas lights, he coldly stated that Costello had considered retirement but had changed his mind the moment Becky appeared. Carla dropped her wine glass, listening to seemingly disjointed details, but when pieced together, they formed a coherent picture. Carla used to be the woman who could scare anyone on bad days, and now she felt that instinct resurfacing. Kit said it was just a coincidence, but Carla didn't believe him. In Becky's world, coincidences were nothing more than a piece of colored paper used to conceal the truth. That evening, Carla arrived at the hospital. The room was faintly tinged with the smell of glitter and cold coffee. The machines hummed steadily, their sounds echoing in the heavy silence. Costello lay motionless, his face far more real than when he stood directing with his usual self-satisfied air. Carla sat down beside him and spoke softly, unclear whether she was speaking to him or to herself. He knew what had happened. He knew who was involved. At first, there was no reaction. Then Costello stirred slightly, his lips trembling, and uttered a vague name, sounding more like a clue than a reassurance. Hill. Then another word, faint as a cold breath. Rhubarb. Both words were meaningless, but sometimes the core of a mystery was hidden in a single, incomprehensible word. Kit walked in as Carla repeated what she'd heard. They were taking notes, from Becky, Costello, Spain, the cover-up, Hill, rhubarb, trying to piece it all together. Rhubarb. Kit repeated, his face showing skepticism. Carla replied, it could be a code, a location, or a company name. There are a lot of abbreviations in this industry. Becky certainly isn't doing it alone. She must have accomplices. Back at Number 6, the night at Weatherfield was pitch black, growing thicker with each secret revealed. Inside, Lisa's lullaby to Betsy echoed softly. Becky was in the kitchen, arranging cups and saucers with an inexplicable skill. Carla leaned against the door, saying nothing. Becky even managed a faint smile. You're back. But Carla recognized the subtle defensive signals Becky couldn't hide. Her eyes darted at Lisa, her breath coming in short gasps, her shoulders tense. Becky was all too familiar with playing the victim. You met Costello, didn't you? Becky asked suspiciously. What did he say? Carla could have lied, but she chose the truth. He had mentioned her name. He had mentioned Hill and rhubarb. Becky laughed, a sharp, shattering laugh. Carla continued, she had been in Spain under a false name. She hadn't died, she had disappeared. Why did Costello retire as soon as she returned? Becky stood motionless. A long, painful silence fell over the familiar kitchen. You have no right to ruin my life, Becky said, nor do you have the right to show up with a grave.